Hello Gemini and welcome to my channel Green Line Goddess Tarot. This is your monthly reading for April and it's really cute actually. There was a little plane just flying by. It was like a little light plane, you know, you can tell the difference in the sound. And I was like, oh, that's pretty apt for Gemini, like a little plane, like element of air. And they kept showing me like you, like Gemini energy, like somebody in the plane, like the old fashioned, like planes where they'd have the goggles and the helmet and the scarf flying in the back. And it was kind of like, wee, this is fun. You know, so something felt like it was chugging along in the element of air, quite literally. So it's like, oh yeah, let's just keep going with this idea, this thought, this plan. It's sort of chugging along. And I got this sense of, you know, enjoyment, pleasure, fun. This is fun is kind of the main thing that was coming through with it. So there's something that's still chugging along for you, which I think is going to bring you a little bit of joy, which is nice in terms of, you know, some sort of idea that's going on inside your mind. But we'll see what else is coming in. So we are in Aries season. A lot has come out, but I'll take those three. We are in Aries season in April. We move into Taurus. And then when we move into Taurus, we pretty much move into Mercury retrograde as well. So Mercury is retrograding pretty much at the start of Taurus season, so around the 20th or the 21st, depending on where you are, and in the sign of Taurus as well. So, Three of Acorns. You're like the little giraffe here sticking your head out. Everything seems high for whatever reason. We had the plane, we have the giraffe. It's like, you know, going up to your higher mind perhaps here and really kind of trusting that process is going to be an important energy. So sticking your neck out quite literally, having a look around like this little giraffe and going, what's out there? Because, yeah, wanting you to explore like the little plane. We're going exploring. This is like an idea that I'm exploring new things, new territories, new relationship, whatever it is that you're exploring that's chugging along. But it's like, just to be sure, I'm going to be like the giraffe and from this higher perspective, just see what's potentially could be ahead. I could see could be something that I might want to kind of either do or look out for. So you're having the foresight of coming in with that. So the Seven of Crystals, this is you, the little aardvark off on the adventure. It kind of feels like that. Off we go like the aardvark off on the adventure. But the Seven of Crystals is the Seven of Pentacles. So it's like options and results. This is very Taurian kind of energy. And it is very much like we're off on exploring a whole heap of new options, new results, and just seeing what's out there at this moment in time, chugging along. So that's very much, the sevens are very much retrograde energy as well. It's like where you're going and reevaluating something, looking at new options to perhaps look for what sort of results are coming in. But we have the wheel. Change and possibilities. This is the Wheel of Fortune, that little octopus. There's a lot coming up from underneath the surface, from deep within, like the octopus comes up from the bottom of the ocean. And it's like you're going to wish you had 8 arms for this, because it's going to require being a little bit busy, a little bit, flexible. But change and possibilities are coming through here. So there's this sense of optimism, like it's kind of like we're going on this adventure, we're exploring. Yeah, it's kind of like having no great expectations for it, not meaning that you're not happy along the way, but it's like saying I'm just going to see what happens. And along the way, if something doesn't work out, I'm going to see what options are out there and what sort of results I can get for that. So the Wheel of Fortune is opening you up to new possibilities and change, but this is something that's kind of coming from a different space from this element of air here. It's very much a sense of this is something that's coming that might surprise you. You're just kind of, flying along here and chugging along, and then something deep comes up. So that opens you up to some kind of new possibility. So yeah, surprising new directions could come through with this, Gemini. So yeah, interesting. So I feel like you're going to be busy and productive in a way, but in a way that it doesn't feel like a heavy burden. It feels like, you know, I'm just buzzing around and this feels like it's a good thing to be doing. So what's shifting and changing for you this month? We have Pentacle 6, Mercury, Taurus. Okay, we're just talking about Mercury going to retrograde in Taurus. So Pentacle 6 with the 7 of Pentacles is that perhaps the things that you might be reevaluating are things on the material realm to do with Taurian themes, to do with money, places that you're living, your relationship to your body, your health. Taurus likes things that are built to last. It's quality over quantity. So the 6 of Pentacles in particular wants to bring in balance. So on the material realm. So it's the give and take within a relationship. That could be something that could be reviewed and reevaluated. It could be where you're living. Is it feeling balanced? What's happening with your money? How's that kind of working? And so the 6 of Pentacles is saying maybe you're wanting to give a bit of time, effort and energy to something. It's a little bit extra. Be giving a little bit extra or be open to receive a little bit extra. But this is time, effort, energy, money. So that's coming in. So with the Pentacle 6. So that actually feels good. It feels like balance can be restored on that level, which is nice. So Gemini, let's see what else is coming in for you. So this reading, Gemini, is for Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising. Always recommend to watch all 3 of your placements if you know where they are, because it gives you a more holistic view of what's going on for you, a fuller picture. The Moon energy will be more subjective and, yeah, that will be slightly different to the other 2. But yeah, let's see what's coming in. And just, this is a general reading, Gemini, just take what feels right, leave the rest and trust your intuition. And if it does really resonate, there will be an extended reading. And the link for that will be in the description box below. And you can buy that either individually or you might like to check out the beautiful Patreon community that we are building at this moment, where you can get access to all the extended readings, all 12 signs. So you can check out your Sun, Moon and Rising or cross-watch for somebody else. There's also a whole heap of other content in there as well that helps you kind of work with your own soul's energy. So yeah, we've got the 5 of Pentacles coming through for you and the Ace of Wands. That's a very Aries-like energy, getting motivated. Again, the 7 of Swords. Oh, boom, in comes the Emperor. Well, you got the Emperor and the Empress here in this reading. So a lot of Aries energy you're working with. That would be very compatible with you guys as well. The Aries energy, the 4 of Swords coming through, the 5 of Cups. This is kind of good. There's a couple of 5s that are coming in, which are things that you've potentially been conflicted about or finding as a challenge. But then the 7s come in and say, I want to reevaluate that. So I think you can work with this retrograde energy quite productively. The Page of Cups, new offerings coming in, surprise offers. So yeah, sort of surprising things that are coming through here for you. And the 9 of Pentacles. Okay, we have at the base the 6 of Swords. Again, this sense of travel, you know, this character's in the boat, but this time it's in the water. So but it is actually a sword, the 6 of Swords. So it is about, we've got all elements coming here for you, Gemini, but it is about moving on from, it is quite literally like the element of air, the swords. You're moving on from something, transitioning on, but it's got the emotional component to it as well, moving on from drama and finding peace. So it's a transition energy. It can quite literally mean moving and traveling as well. So yeah, it's interesting because we do have the octopus, the deep, the thing that's coming up from the deep, and then you're moving on the element of air, that sort of sense of flight that we had at the start. So speaking of element of air, we start with the Queen of Swords. This is you. This is the Queen of Air, and this is very much your divine feminine energy coming in. And you're kind of wanting to get very clear and resolved inside yourself about what's going on. Perhaps clear communication is something that's going to be really important, because this Queen of Swords, she's clear, like her head is above those clouds. So those clouds could be where you couldn't see something before, or there was confusion, or there was a little bit of fear and doubt. Like perhaps the picture wasn't quite clear. But now it's like she's getting clear in her head around something, and she's potentially going to communicate that very clearly, however that's presenting. And it's either, usually sometimes the Queen of Swords is like saying yes, like a green light to something, but not necessarily, I'm not getting that so strong. I feel like it's more about what's going on inside of you very clearly needs to be expressed externally, but it's all about getting clear inside your mind. You are being crossed by the Empress, actually. So Empress is interesting because doesn't really cross. It's not a negative cross in any way with Empress. Empress represents the time of harvest, represents abundance, represents love and money. It's very Venus energy. So Venus will be in Taurus for a big part of April, and Venus rules Taurus, so it's going to be working really well. So you might be working with Venus in Taurus and Mercury in Taurus. Ideas, conversations about where things are going, living situations, money, all that sort of stuff, health, that could be coming in with Mercury, plans around that. But Venus in Taurus is more connected to love. It is connected to money as well, but crossed by the Empress, it may also feel like, this queen is looking for abundance or something in a way and not necessarily getting it. So I feel like there's an adjustment that's coming through with this, because it's almost like if the Empress represents pleasure, it represents enjoyment. So it's almost like what you're getting resolved with and what you have to communicate, perhaps it's not something you're necessarily going to enjoy. It's not going to give you a lot of great pleasure, but at the same time, it may feel like something very necessary that's coming in here. So because in your conscious mind, you've got the Five of Pentacles. Now, this is where people are thinking about leaving an old form of income or the way money's working for you, changing the way you're working with money, or walking away from a job, a home, a situation. Something's not resonating. So this is a challenge on the material realm. But what I like about this is, the Five of Pentacles, you're crowned by the Six, which is immediately you're restoring balance to whatever this is in your conscious mind that is not feeling like it's of value or not resonating, or there's a challenge around it in some way, shape or form. And then we've also got the Seven of Crystals, which is the Seven of Pentacles. So you're being very productive with it, which is, again, that Mercury retrograde energy. It's like, I'm not staying in this five for too long. I'm motivated, very motivated here with this Ace of Wands. With the Aries energy, I'm very motivated to make a change. And I'm now seeing that the change is possible with that Wheel of Fortune, because Jupiter is in Aries at this moment in time. The Wheel of Fortune represents Jupiter, the great benefic energy that wants to bring good things to you. It can also bring excess, but it basically wants to expand something in your life. And you're like, right, I'm motivated, perhaps when there's all this energy around that can be helpful when it comes to the earthly realm, I'm motivated to be working with that in some way, shape or form. So things might be returning to you. Old loves might be returning, old issues around money, or old people in your might return again. So accounting, that sort of stuff could be coming in. But it very much is like, oh, I've got to do this again, or I'm going over this again kind of thing. But I feel like it can be very productive for you, which is actually really good. So this Ace of Wands is setting a new goal. It's very motivated. It's like wanting to take action. This is like, right, I'm taking this on. It's a very Aries activated energy. So that's good. In the recent past, we have the Seven of Swords. So it's almost like, this is again another seven, but this is where you've been. This character is kind of just taking the things and going. So they're leaving. There was a sense of, I need to kind of get out of this situation. What they're trying to get away from is these tents here is a military camp. So it was kind of like, it was too restrictive a space for you, Gemini. So it's almost like these were the old plans. There was already an evaluation or a shift and change of something that was going on. These are the plans in the recent past. But we take a step back into the Six of Swords, which is a very retrograde energy, and we've got the Four of Swords here as well. There's potentially a shift and change to those plans. You're reevaluating those plans or reworking, revisiting. The Seven of Swords was kind of like you're had plans to move on from, or move in some way, shape or form. And it was like, I need my freedom with this as well though. So whatever these plans were in the recent past, you are reworking them. It's almost like you're looking back and going, I just need to reevaluate that. Again, retrograde energy. But in the near future, this is what I like, the Ace of Wands. This is the kind of Aries like activation, using the Aries energy well in Aries season. And the Emperor is the card, major arcana of Aries, as a lot of you already know. So the Emperor is like, I'm taking control, I'm restoring order, I'm bossing up, I'm the authority in my life. It's like, boom, I'm taking, and I really feel like this is you because you've got the Ace of Wands deep down inside. The Emperor knows how to wield this wand. In fact, it's even stronger, stepping into your power. So it's like you're just kind of taking control of a situation here and restoring some kind of order. And yeah, fantastic with the Emperor, making something a concrete reality or a concrete success. So that's kind of, it's almost a little bit like, you know, getting really clear about something, communicating it very clearly, and just doing the thing that needs to be done, has to be done in order to restore some sort of order or take control in some way, shape, or form in your life. So it's kind of like you're really stepping up here, Gemini, and just doing what needs to be done. So you're presenting as the Nine of Wands, which is the wounded warrior. So this is where, you're quite literally like you're rising to a lot of challenges. This can be soul fatigue, soul weariness, or just tired in general. It's when you're so close to getting to where you want to get to, or you reaching some sort of goal here. But it's that little bit of like that final push to the finish line where you think, I don't know if I'm going to get there. So there could be a little bit of drama around it. But the Nine of Wands is very much, you know, the universe has potentially been presenting challenges to you, or there's been things that are coming up and you're just like, meeting those challenges. So it's the warrior. You've been a bit of a warrior, kind of like, you know, going out and fighting things and overcoming things and meeting those challenges, but it can be taking it out of you in some way, shape or form, which might mean why the energy around you is the Four of Swords, which is the card of rest and recovery. So maybe you need to kind of be looking at your sleep patterns and making sure you're getting some good sleep. But the Four of Swords is also saying you're not coming from a wounded space as well. This is a mindset shift that comes in, putting the three swords that represents the wounds to the side for the moment and having a deep think about something. What is the story, the narrative? What is the reality you're creating at this moment in time? Because you're fully stepping into your power here with the Emperor, or there's someone powerful around you, like an authority that's coming in. But if I really feel like this is you because you've got the Ace of Wands. But the Four of Swords, have a big think about it. Have a think about the plans, have a think about where you're at this moment in time. And it's very empowering energy about what's going on there. So inside that mind of yours. So hopes and fears, the Five of Cups. This is very much a sense of, you know, don't want disappointment, loss, to get hurt, the Five of Cups, sadness. So that's, you know, probably, you know, not wanting to be stuck in the past energy and old energy. I would say that's just kind of wanting to move on from that. But here we have some sort of interesting surprise offer coming in with the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups is very, I love the Page of Cups because it's very new, it's exciting. I can do this. I'm putting my hand up for something. I'm saying yes to something. I'm nervously opening my heart, but excited at the same time. And so this could be either you offering, I can do this, or an offer coming towards you. We do have the Four of Pentacles, so it's kind of interesting and the Nine of Pentacles, because I feel like this has got a lot to do with, it's kind of an interesting way of getting something of opening up to something new. The Four of Pentacles, for some of you, there's savings that you're using, or that you're using in terms of what it is. Like, say you're offering something, maybe you're wanting to try something new. Like, it's like, I'm wanting to do an art class on Tuesday nights and I'm just putting a little bit of my savings or my money towards that. Or maybe I'm thinking about traveling, or maybe I'm thinking about moving, whatever it is. It's kind of like you've got this foundational energy with the Four of Pentacles. There seems to be some sort of good foundation behind you or behind this offer. So whoever's offering it, whether it's you receiving the offer, because like we said with the Pentacle 6, it's either be open to receive or open to give, depending on where you're at. So if you're offering, you've got the Four of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. You've got a lot to offer here. Look at all these wonderful pentacles. So maybe you're helping somebody out. And maybe you're saying, I've got these skills, these gifts, abilities. Maybe you've got resources that you can offer here, but it's like, something that you're opening your heart to and saying, here I am, I can offer this. But this could be somebody that the same, like a benefactor kind of energy coming in and saying, hey, like the Emperor can be a boss, a bank, or a business of some sort, somebody powerful saying, hey, I've got this really good foundation. Do you want me to, I can help you out. Perhaps it's a job offer or it's an offer of a place to live. But there's some kind of offer that either you're giving or you're being open to receive that's got some really good, strong foundational energy behind it, especially financially, especially resource-wise, especially to do with home and health kind of energy here, which is nice. And we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is almost like part of what comes with this offer is, there's a very strong foundation with it, but it also comes with freedom, which is potentially the freedom you were looking for here. But this is a pentacle, not the element of air, not a sword. So it's almost like, okay, I had these plans and that was my idea, but now it's kind of almost like, okay, I'm working with it in a more grounded way. Perhaps this is something I need rather than something I was thinking that I needed, or something I was just thinking about. Perhaps I'm actually receiving what it is that you were needing or what you were needing to give and offer. So the Nine of Pentacles is very much, self-sufficient, independent. There's freedom around this that comes in with it. So it's a very interesting offer that can restore balance on the material realm that's coming in here. And so this is allowing you to move on from a little bit of emotional drama and to be able to find the calmer waters here and to be able to find the peace. So, able to transition and move on, which is really nice. So let's pull a card. And like I said, the Six of Swords can mean moving. It can mean traveling, and I just feel like it's like a revision of what this initial idea or plan was, but it's kind of it can be a sense of maybe one step back for two step forwards kind of energy that goes with it. Okay, this is your affirmation card. I see clearly, just like that beautiful Queen of Swords. That is you. I willingly forgive. I breathe love into my vision, and I see with compassion and understanding. My clear insight is reflected in my outer sight. Perfect. And that's what I feel like this beautiful offer of the Page of Cups that comes in, or the thing that you're opening your heart up to here, is very much stems from this clarity of what you're seeing inside that you want or you need. And it's almost like this is what you can manifest into your reality. So, very, very solid offer coming your way here. So let's see what we have. Beautiful, the little pussycat. Speaking of, independence and rules, there's a lot of things around rules here. Rules, regulation, a little bit like, I don't want to be too bound by somebody else's rules. I make my own rules. I need freedom around that. And independence. They're kind of some of the themes that are coming in. But I'm not afraid to rework, reevaluate, visit some things that are not working in my life in order to bring me that freedom. So that's kind of an important thing that I'm getting from the cat, because cats are they make their own rules. They do what they want. So they're very independent. They'll come up and snuggle up. I've got the two cats. So they'll come and be affectionate when they want to be, but they'll do it when they want. You can't force a cat to give you a cuddle unless it really wants you to do it. It will run away or push away if it doesn't want to do it. So it's kind of a little bit like that. It's about working out your rules and your boundaries and and evaluating that. And so I kind of get with this cat, this is a really cute cat because it's got it's like a little scarf or cravat kind of thing around its neck. So it's kind of like looking good, feeling good, and perhaps accessorizing, wearing some nice things like just that can make you feel good, look good, can be something that comes through with it. So your appearance might be something that you're kind of working with, but ultimately the cat's happy. It's happy with how things are looking at this moment in time, or how it's looking at this moment in time. And I think it's because it's got its boundaries set up right around it. So I think that's going to be a really important energy that you're possibly reevaluating here, Gemini, as well. So yeah, that is your reading. So I'm going to take it over to the extended reading now. We're seeing that there's some sort of very powerful and solid offer, or you're opening your heart to something new coming your way that can bring you potentially some sort of freedom. The Nine of Pentacles can mean financial independence. So it could be that there's someone around you that is kind of pretty well set up or established in some way, shape or form. I feel like this Emperor with these two cards, this is like somebody who's wealthy, or it's like some sort of organization or charity, or it's like a business that's doing well, or it's like, it's just getting set up well. It's setting some good foundations, and that's kind of the whole energy, where there's someone around that can help you, or you're doing this in your life. It's that kind of very strong foundational stuff on the material realm is coming in. So we're going to see where this is going, because this feels like a solid, very, very solid and grounded kind of offer coming in. Let's see where that's going in the near future and future beyond. And we'll pull some clarifiers, anything else you need to know, as well as the best way to work with the energy to get the optimum outcomes and potentials that are here in the reading. So that's all in the extended reading. Would love it if you come over, Gemini. The link is in the description box below. And like I said, you can buy the extended individually, or you might like to check out the beautiful Patreon community that we are building, and you have access to all the extended readings, all 12 signs, and a whole heap of other content as well. So love it if you come and check the links below, and please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, Gemini. I love to read your comments. That helps with the growth of the channel, and I really appreciate it. And take care.